Hey everybody and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 13, episode 2, and it was titled A New Peach in the Orchard. Alright y'all, so I am struggling tonight, so if I mess up some names or mess up some scenes or something like that, just please forgive me, because it took me 12 times just to get this intro out. Okay, so please forgive me. Let's just jump into it. So we see Kenya, she cleaning her backyard with a leaf blower or whatever. Her and Cynthia are supposed to be meeting up, having wine and stuff. Cynthia comes up looking for snakes underneath the porch and stuff because she said she got snakes at Lake Bailey. So she showed that Kenya got some snakes. And Kenya like, Mark ain't here, girl. But anyway, so Cynthia brings her some wine and a toy for the baby and stuff. And so they sitting outside. It said 93 degrees. I said, in Atlanta? That's like 1,200 degrees outside. Why is y'all outside? Atlanta is hot in the summertime. Have y'all ever been to Atlanta? It is hot. Okay? Hot. Y'all stay in the house. Just come outside at nighttime. And even then, it's still hot outside. It's just muggy. You just be sticky. Like, ugh, child. But anyway, they waiting for Latoya to come. I don't know her last name. And I thought she was supposed to be a new housewife, but it looked like she's just going to be a friend of the show. I say that because she wasn't in the main picture, just Drew Sidor, but we're going to get to her in a second. They waiting for Latoya to come. Latoya is Candy's friend, and Kenya met her at Todd's birthday party like a day ago or whatever. So Cynthia like, oh, you invited her? You just knew her a day. Like, you inviting somebody to your house and you don't even know her like that? Okay. So Kenya like, oh, that's her. She down there. Let me go get her or whatever. So she goes and gets her and brings her upstairs. And so during the whole meeting at Todd's party, Latoya and Kenya hit it off because Latoya is going through a separation, Kenya going through a separation, and Latoya was saying like, I can hook you up with some Nigerian men or whatever, because Latoya is Trinidadian. And then on the back porch now, let's fast forward to the back porch. They sitting out there sipping wine and stuff in the heat, and then Latoya was telling, because Kenya got to bring up Mark and talking about the separation, yada yada yada. So then Latoya was talking about how Trinidadian men act. Did we know that Mark was from Trinidad? Did we know that, or I missed it? Maybe I forgot. He's not that important to me, so maybe I forgot. But anyway, so she like, oh well, he a Horner. They cheat and stuff, and he going through a Trimbaka, I think she said, and meaning that he in his feels a lot and he just gonna be rude and nasty for no damn reason for a long time. Kenya was like, well, I ain't got time for that shit. So he gonna have to get it together. So they was hitting it off and stuff, and then Kenya was like, well, I'm gonna have to steal Candy friend. So bye, Candy. This ain't your friend no more or whatever. We found out that Latoya got 3 kids. Like I said, she's separating from her husband. They still live together, so that's kind of odd. But they're separated, but still live together or whatever. And Kenya was saying that she's going to file for the separation, but she don't know how Mark is going to act. So she kind of worried about that. And then Cynthia invited Latoya over to her house for a wine tasting. And I said, Cynthia, wasn't you just complaining that Kenya invited her to her house after knowing her for 1 day? So you knew her for 2 days, so you inviting her to Lake Bailey? Oh, okay. And so Latoya was like, oh, is it on a lake or is it a river? Like, what's going on? Here go Kenya. Her and Portia gonna get along. I said, oh, shade. Speaking of Portia, we see PJ with the grandmom and Lauren. They worried about Portia and stuff. It's like a day after her release, so Portia FaceTimes them and tells them, how it was, how the jail was cold, dark, dirty, and stuff. I was like, girl, did you think it was gonna be clean? But she just tells them like she's happy she's safe and stuff, and she was just praying, and she saw Breonna Taylor's mother and they hugged outside the jail cell. So that made her like, yes, I can. This is why I'm doing this and I'm going to continue to do this. But in the meantime, I'm going to head on this 5 p.m. flight and bring my ass back home to see my baby and stuff, kiss my mama and whatnot. So they was just all happy that she was safe. So then we see Drew and Cynthia. So we see Drew Sidora. We find out a little bit about her. Her and Cynthia sitting outside, they eating dinner or whatever. Drew, she got a boot on her foot because she done popped her Achilles tendon. I was like, ugh. she popped her Achilles tendon. She said she was just standing there. I said, well, damn, you got some weak ass ankles. But she said she popped it just standing there. In a play, Leon was her co-star, so that was kind of cute. And what else did we find out? And then I was like, Cynthia, why are you worried about how this girl screwing? Like, she's talking about how you be having sex with that boot on girl. I was just like, why every time Cynthia in the scene she talking about having sex? Is it because she getting some good sex now? Maybe that's what it is. That gotta be it. But at any rate, because she was single for a while. No, was she was something? Never mind. This ain't about Cynthia. So anyway, they talking, they chatting it up, and Drew tells us that she a singer, she an actress. We saw her in the game, and then we saw her in something else that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. And she was saying she writes, she sang, she act, but acting pays the bills. She just moved to Atlanta from LA like a year ago. And she said that she gonna make things happen down there in Atlanta because it's family orientated. And Tyler Perry down there, she was like, Tyler Perry hit me up, And then what else she said? Oh, and then Kenya with her little shady ass. I was like, she being shady to not Kenya, Cynthia shady ass to Kenya. I was like, she being shady, ain't that her friend? Because she was like, well, do you know Kenya? Because she be acting, girl. She all in the acting. Because she was like, maybe we be trying out for different in different age brackets and stuff like that. She was like, oh, what you mean, girl? She was like, but I usually be doing readings with like real actresses and stuff like that, so I don't really know. She didn't say that for real. She said she kind of did, but she didn't. She said that she be doing screen readings with like Tori Naughtons and the people we know that be on TV for real, and not like Real Housewives. So, and then Kenya said, I'm not Kenya. Why I keep saying Kenya? Cynthia said something else about Kenya. And I was like, girl, she gonna see this. But I guess it was cute shade. I don't know. But then Drew tells us, like, marriage is real. She been married for 6 years. She known her husband for 6.5 years. And they got 3 kids together. Her youngest daughter, which I thought was really cute, because her name is Anaya, and my daughter's name is Anaya. And they spelled the same way. So I thought that was cute. But she said they met on something. I can't remember where they met. They met somewhere on like one of the plays or something she was doing, and they was dating and stuff, and then they fell in love, and then 6 months later they got married on the beach with the mama and everybody. So it was real cute. So that's how they known each other for 6.5 years and been married for 6 years. I said, well, I mean, if it's love, it's love, and you why wait? Shit. I mean, but you don't really know somebody in 6 months. No, I don't think you know somebody in 6 months to get married to them, like life. Like, I don't think so. But back in the day, people used to get married like that. I know, well, I don't know them for real. Like, I just know them on Facebook and stuff like that. We Facebook friends and whatnot. People be like, well, we knew each other for 2 months, and then we went down to the Justice of the Peace, and then we've been married for 35 years. And I'm like, damn, how? Sway, how? And it be like a lot of stories like that. So, I mean, I guess it works. If it works, it works. But we gonna talk about later how I don't think it's gonna be working. But at any rate, she, we had like a little flashback. It was like 8 hours earlier. And, they was showing Drew with the family and stuff. Her mom came down from New York, I want to say, to help with her and her foot because, she was immobilized. And Ralph, her husband, he does IT work or whatever. I think she said IT work. I think that's what she said. But the mom came down to help with her and the kids and stuff. And then COVID happened, so the mama got stuck there. So did she say Chicago or did she say New York? I don't remember where she said the mama was from. But at any rate, the mama got stuck there. So the mama been living there since, I guess, March or something like that, child. So the mama been living there for a long time. The mama and the husband do not get along. They arguing and stuff. And then Drew in the middle trying to break them up. It's their anniversary. The mama coming there singing happy anniversary and yada yada yada. He got flowers and balloons and stuff, the husband. And the mama like, well, because she a pastor. The mama a pastor. So the mama like, look, I'll watch the kids all these days if y'all go to Rise and Shine service on Sunday. They like, but this our anniversary. I mean, but we is quarantined, so all right, I guess. She was like, oh yeah, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Child, why Drew had said the mama be busting up in the room while they getting bow chicky wow, he be bootied out naked and she be walking up in the room. The girl, look. I said, So she was just telling us about that. And so then we saw Candy and her mama. Well, we saw Candy first. She in a like a Uber whatever, and she going to pick up Mama Joyce. She got on the phone. Why she talking about something? Mama, bring your mask. Oh yeah, for that covert 19. Where you get an ERT? Somebody help her. So they going to Riley's graduation. Only 2 people can show up. Because COVID and everything, so only 2 people could show up. So of course it's gonna be Mama Joyce and Candy going to the graduation and stuff like that. And then Candy was talking about her graduation, how she had to fly in, and the girls in Escape was mad at her because they was on tour, and she went to her graduation, and she said as soon as she turned her tassel, she had to run out and hop on the plane because she was about to be late for the tour or whatever. So she was telling us that little background story. I'm just happy that Riley was able to have like a graduation, because I know here they had a mock graduation. It was, how many people can come? I think maybe, because it was 5 of us, my sister, me, and my girl, so 4. Yeah, it was only a limit of 4 people. And then my son, they had like a mock stage, and we had to be in the gym, and he like walked across the stage, but it was like no real audience, no nothing. It was just us 4, and we were just cheering and stuff like that. And then when he left, then I had like friends and stuff out there with balloons and stuff celebrating them and stuff. But I'm glad that they was able to have, like, it looked like she had like a graduation with like all the students there or whatever, because this one, it was just one student at a time going into the thing. So, and then most people had like drive-through graduation. So hers was set up kind of nice. So I was happy that she was able to, at least have like some type of graduation. So that was really good. Then we back at, I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody just sent me a text message. I'm sorry, I'm back. All right, so next we back at Portia house. So she out of jail, the mama there. Do the mama and Lauren live with Portia now? Because the mama always there. I hope she don't get up in the morning time, drive to Portia house. I would just be like, look, girl, you got all these rooms. Let me get one. So at any rate, the mama there, she cooking some eggs for the baby. Portia like, where my food at? Like, the men get out of jail. Y'all be having barbecues, parades, all this stuff. I get out of jail, I don't even get nothing. So I was cracking up. The mama they were just talking, and PJ was having like a whole tantrum and stuff, because she probably missed the mama. I don't know, or she was tired, because she did take a nap, so she probably was tired. They was talking about how Dennis came. The mama was like, well, I was happy that Dennis was able to be there with you or whatever. And she was like, yeah, but now we gotta talk about this, what we gonna do or whatever, because we just be arguing about stupid stuff, and it just be like, you ain't get me the bottle, you ain't do this or whatever. So they just having like ups and downs and stuff. And then she was saying like she feel like a disconnect. And it might be because they ain't spending no time together, and they ain't talking for real, and then they arguing all the damn time, so they got a disconnect there. So she was saying like they having these, what she say, they arguing and having toxic qualities, and she feels disconnected. And she said she hasn't even thought about the engagement. And for real, I had forgot that he had re-engaged her. Asked her to remarry. I forgot all about that. Next we see Cynthia. We at Cynthia house, child. And Latoya finna get on my nerves. She rides in with Kenya, and she like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just call this a river, because I can't even see no lake or nothing like that. Girl, if you don't shut up. And so then Mike, they come in. Not Candy. Kenya and, all these K names. Kenya and Latoya come in there or whatever. They sit down. Well, not sit down. They just came in. And so they was all dressed up and whatnot. And Mike came upstairs. He greeted the ladies or whatever. And he was like, baby, I'm be in the basement. They sitting on the couch. Here go Latoya. Is that a fake plant? Cynthia was like, yeah, it's a fake plant or whatever. She was like, oh, okay. And so then they get up. and they go to the platters and stuff. Cynthia got some fake grapes on there, and I was kind of with Latoya on that. Oh, why would you put the fake grapes on the real food plate? Girl, you could have just left that blank. But they clown on her about the fake grapes. And then here go Latoya. I like some cold meatballs all the time. Girl, you're lucky you got meatballs. Eat the fucking meatballs. So Cynthia was like, look, in her confessional, she was like, look, Latoya, I know you've been hanging around Kenya a lot, but you need to slow your roll now. Slow your roll. We don't know each other yet or whatever. I was like, ooh. Marlo show up. Of course, she got her face shield on. She all glittery and whatnot. Who, I think, I don't know, somebody said something about acting like ladies, and Kenya was like, yeah, some of us is ladies or whatever. Then she gonna clown Marlo, talking about something she falling off. I mean, she wasn't never there, but she really falling off now. Cause Marlo did, I don't know what she had on, child. But not Cynthia. Yeah, Cynthia had said something about the wine tasting or something, and she was like, yeah, the place where you almost ruined my proposal. And then Kenya was like, oh my god, I can't believe she brought that up. I was not trying. I feel so bad about almost. I said, girl, you knew exactly what you was doing. You do not feel bad because we already know Candy had told you. So stop. So she's still with that she ain't know, and girl, bye. We saw what had happened. Then we saw Candy. She was telling Ty how the graduation went and stuff. And then Ty pulled out a wad of money and gave it to Riley. And Riley was just like, oh, thank you. And Mama Joyce acted like she didn't want to get that money over. I was cracking up. But that was all. Candy was talking about her wild, crazy teen life, and she wasn't really ready to give Riley up to college and stuff like that. So that's understandable. That's her oldest. So, you know. And then they were sitting there at the table because we bounced back to Cynthia's house. And, well, not on the table, on the couch. So we bounced back to Cynthia's house, and they was talking about what kind of car Riley first had or whatever. Because they was like, was Candy coming? And they said that she was graduating. That's why we had bounced from Candy back to the party. So they was like, oh, I think she had a Porsche or something she said. I forgot what kind of car she had. But anyway, or what she has now. Latoya was like, oh, my sugar daddy had brought me my first car. Here go Marlo. A sugar daddy? I ain't never had no sugar daddy. Marlo, all the men you date is a sugar daddy. Girl, shut up. So Bravo had to play the clip where she was like, yeah, my sugar daddy brought my house, my mama house, my car, this car, then my clothes. She act like she ain't know what the definition of a sugar daddy was. If Marlo don't sit down and get out my face. And then Latoya was like, well, yeah, I met my sugar daddy at the strip club. They was like, what you doing? I was stripping. I was like, ooh. And so here go Mike. Why? I guess Mike was hungry. He came upstairs to get some food, right? So Latoya giving a definition of sugar daddy. Then I don't know what the hell happened between Kenya and Latoya, but they was doing some sex scene. I thought they was about to make out on the couch and stuff, child, because Kenya was pulling her hair like in an all aggressive sexual motion, and Mike like, I didn't know it was that kind of boy. Like his face was like, what's going on over here? So I was cracking up. Because Cynthia went to go get the door. Because Drew Sador and her husband was at the door. So they come in. She got her husband with her. Here go, after they finished their whole sex scene or whatever over there on the couch. Kenya was like, no, first Latoya was like, oh, I ain't know it's about husbands and stuff like that. He gonna have to go. Obviously, the husband would have went with Mike. Like, what the? Y'all don't shut up. So then here go Kenya. Well, I don't know where Cynthia be finding these strays at. Like, where she find her at? Like, I am underwhelmed and everything. But her husband is cute. I was like, see, she acting shady already. She don't even know the girl. Like, oh my God. And so, Latoya and Kenya, they was just being ignorant. Drew sat down next to Cynthia. Here go Latoya turning around to Kenya, something. She has a pet on her head. I said, not a pet. Not a pet. Child. Then we see Latoya. She gonna get up. She got some food because Drew was trying to talk or whatever, telling her about who she was and yada yada yada. Latoya was cutting her off. Then she got up to got some food. Then she came back while Drew was talking again, cut her off, and was like, you know what, Drew, this is why I don't like you. I was like, she just got in the house. So then she was playing like, oh, because you had broke up Dorian on the game and stuff. You was a side chick, yada yada yada. So they all started laughing and stuff. And she was like, you know what? People in real life wanted to fight me. Like, this is a show. I was cracking up because I was like, they was that invested in Dorian and Melanie, like. But anyway, so they was laughing and stuff like that, and then Marlo got up with what's the Toya? They got up to got some food or whatever. And here go Marlo. Don't be telling her girl all your business, child. She would use that shit and throw it back up in your face in a second. She was like, you wouldn't take advice from her? Look, I wouldn't take no advice from her because she can't keep a man. What she say? She can't keep a man if Jesus paid her. I was cracking up. I was like, oh my God. So then they went outside and they sipped some wine or whatever. Then Kenya asked Cynthia about the wedding, and she was like, she don't really want to talk about it because and then in our confessional, she was like, Mike doesn't understand why she wants this wedding like this wedding so much. We see Mike and Ralph, they at the pier, they just talking. Mike is like, look, I don't know, I was married 2 times before, and I ain't make it to year 6, so you know how I feel to be. I was like, damn, well, how long was his marriage for? Jesus help us. I hope him and Cynthia make it. I mean, they look cute together, so I hope they make it. But he also said he was a cheater, so that could be why his marriages ain't up. That's what it was. But anyway, so Ralph said he values happiness, kids. No, he said he values happiness, but he been feeling kind of something in his quarantine because he like, look, the kids there. The no travel, the mama-in-law there, we be butting heads. It's like 2 bulls in the house. Look, I had to leave for like a couple days to clear my head or whatever. And he was like, I made sure everything was good first, but you know, I had to leave up out of there because it was a man house. Mike was like, well, that sounds like something you need to talk to Drew about or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to her. And then Mike was like, well, man, if you need anything, I'm here and stuff. I was like, Ralph, I wouldn't take no advice from him because he was a cheater when he was married. I mean, people can change, but I wouldn't take no marital advice from him. Like, he was a child. Child. So, back on top of the roof or whatever, they sipping wine from black-owned companies, which I thought was great. It was a lot of them from Aisha Curry. I didn't even know she made a wine. But they were sipping wine from there and stuff like that, and she was... So here goes Cynthia again. Y'all sip a swallow. You spit a swallow. I was like, girl. So they talking. Marlo was saying like she was happy that Latoya and Kenya had met up or whatever because Kenya is more bubbly, like she more friendly and stuff. She letting loose and you know she just being fun Kenya finally, child. And so then they started talking because I think Toya said something about dating again, and Drew was like, but you separated or whatever. She was like, yeah, I'm separated, but I'm dating. Like, we separated. We gonna be separated for a year, and then I'm gonna get my man back and whatever. And so Drew was like, I know she tripping. Like, if she think that man gonna wait around for a year for her, like, girl, bye. He probably dating, like, whatever. Some people date when they separated. I know when I was separated, but I was separated for like, I was done separated. So I'll date it. And I'll let people know, look, I am separated and I'm dating you. Okay. But I wasn't going back to my ex-husband. So like, whatever. But it sounds like Latoya fitting to be separated, date, and then go back to her husband. I don't know how that's going to work out, girl. I mean, unless he said it's okay that we see other people and stuff like that. But if he ain't say all that, I don't know how that's gonna work out, girl. I don't know how that's gonna work out with you, girl. But that's y'all marriage. Y'all do what y'all want to do. I don't be in people's business. I got my own goddamn business and troubles I need to be worried about. You know what I'm saying? I do these recaps and get in people's business just a little bit, but not too much. Okay. But anyway, back to the party. So, Drew was saying something. Oh, she brought up her issues. So she was saying like, me and my husband, we be divorced every other day or whatever. She was like, what? She was like, well, you know, at one time when we have arguments and we don't think we can come back from the arguments, we be screaming about we divorced and we can go into separate homes and stuff. But we just kind of makeup and then get it right. I was like, see, you do not throw in no divorce word. That leave word, breakup, leave, divorce, all that after you have an argument, that's I don't like that shit. Like, that's stressful. Like, why? Like, no. That's So at any rate, Kenya and Cynthia go into the kitchen. I thought she said she had to go to the bathroom, but she went into the kitchen, and the kitchen ain't that far from the back door. And Kenya was loud, so I'm sure they heard her. But at any rate, they go in the kitchen and they start gossiping. So Kenya was telling Cynthia what Toya said about the cat on top of Drew's head. She was like, "Not a cat, girl." She was like, "Yeah, girl, I told her not to do that though, because she a nice person." I said, "Girl, is she nice for real?" So, Kenya said she was going to she said she was going to file paperwork. So I was like, oh, okay, she's going to file for separation. Good girl, good girl. So she was like, no, I'm going to file for custody first. Then I'm going to file for a prenup. And then I'm going to file for a separation. I said, girl, you're doing a whole lot of steps. I don't think she want a divorce, Mark. I think what she want to do is file this paperwork. And then she wanted him to be like, oh no, don't leave me, stay. And then she's going to be like, okay. And then she's going to run to him and stuff like that. That's toxic. That's stressful. Why would you want to do all that? Who want to go to court for the fun of it? Ugh, no. That's too much. But whatever. So then Kenya like, well, girl, let me get ready to go. Let me go grab this drunkie. So she go grab Latoya, and then they all hug and stuff. Everybody hug, even Marlo. And then they go on to leave. So then we see Candy. She cooking. She done ate up all the graduation cake. Then we see Lauren and Portia talking about yoga. Then we see Kenya weighing herself. I was like, they shady for putting that number on the scale. She 188. I was just like, girl. But she said she losing weight. And she looked like, excuse me, in the confessional, she looked like she lost some weight. So, whatever. Then we see Drew and Ralph. So, Ralph just set up this whole graduation. I told y'all I'm off tonight. So, Ralph just set up this whole anniversary party, okay? So, he got the Chef Love. She whipping up something in the kitchen. And, he's sitting at the table. She all like, oh, baby, oh, my God, and stuff. So then they toast for the next year. She like, and the wedding. And he like, let's just make it the year 7 or whatever. So she like, so no wedding? I'm like, girl, why you need a wedding? Like, you already had, you married. Like, why do people want to spend... weddings seem so expensive. I don't know. Maybe I just don't... Because they be spending like 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 on a wedding. You know I could do with that. Not spending on a wedding, not for one day. Girl, bye. We be getting married every day for that. Okay? Look, y'all better get up, put your dress. Like, we put it back on. We going we going in this motherfucking aisle again. 500,000 every goddamn day. Shit, a whole 365 days out the year, we get married, goddamn it, 500,000. That's crazy. I don't understand it, but that's rich people problems. And I ain't rich, so I ain't worried about that shit. But anyway, she like, it's my BFF, we in love, and oh no, Drew was talking about something like he's her BFF, and when they in love, it's good. It's, we popping, we celebrating, and then when it's low, like we about to get divorced, we about to break up, like we just be whoo child. So I was like, girl, what else she had said? She said something else. Oh, she's like arguing about stuff there. Oh, she was saying they was arguing about stuff that they argued about in year 1 that they still arguing about now. So year 1 and then 6 years later, they still arguing about the same shit. I said, now see, no. So he was saying like what's not working. So they sit down at the anniversary table, they talk about what's not working, because you want to do all that stuff and get that all out there in the open and whatnot. So he like, so tell me what's not working. She was like, this is a setup, this is a safe zone, right? I can tell you what's not working. He was like, yeah, what's gonna tell me now? So she talks about how they had like therapy, and they was talking about a recipe for marriage, and in that recipe was transparency, but he not real transparent. Like, he just keep missing that ingredient every single day, every year. And she was like, cause you left for 3 days and ain't tell me where you were. Like, where were you? I didn't even know my husband was gone. I had to go downstairs. I made him a plate. I go downstairs. He ain't there. Like, the hello, can you tell me I'm your wife? Like, what if there was an emergency? Like, I ain't know where you was. Like, I'm supposed to know where you at. If you wanted to leave out, let me know. But you just left out. You ain't even tell me or nothing like that. He like, why does it matter? Why does it matter where I went? Because I just asked you. And first of all, you was gone for 3 days. You're lucky you came back in the house. 3 days, and I don't know what them locks getting changed. You hear me? So, 3 days, my spouse in the streets. I don't know. Child, bye. Anyway, shit, he was like, well, why do it even matter? What did he say? He said something like, you don't understand. I'm a black man in America. This the spur of the moment. Like, he was just preaching and getting all like in his bag and stuff. And he guilty of something. He out there doing something in them streets because he got so wrapped up and so guilty in protecting wherever he was at that he did not want to tell her. And she was like, well, why you couldn't just tell me? Like, tell me where you was. Like, it was no phone call, no text, no nothing. He was like, I was accessible. But you wasn't answering my text messages. You wasn't replying back or whatever. So he just getting all mad and stuff. And she like, where was you? Where was you? He was like, I was at the beach. It's a whole bunch of beaches. Which beach was you at? Was you in Georgia? Was you still in Georgia? He was like, no. Oh, so you was out of state. You was out of state. He was like, she was like, well, where was you? He still don't want to tell. She was like, you know what? If you don't want to say nothing else, this conversation. He was like, she was like, this is deaded. He was like, what's deaded? This conversation. And so, she was just going in, and she was like, you causing me unnecessary stress. So then he finally said he was in Tampa. So she was like, Tampa? We ain't never been to Tampa. Why are you in Tampa? He don't want to say. Like, what did that get you? Where did that get you? Why did you want to know? Did that solve anything? They ain't solved nothing, you knowing and stuff like that. Why I don't understand why you like, he is guilty of something. Like, he must got some chick down there in Tampa, a whole nother family down there in Tampa. Cause she was like, why would you drive past 5 beaches just to go to Tampa? Like, something don't make no sense. I got my good eye on you. So then she also asked him about cameras. She said it's hidden cameras in the house. She said she was sitting on a couch with her mama and them, and she saw a camera, and she ain't even know it was there. So she was like, was you watching us? And he was like, no. She was like, don't get lie to me. I know you was watching us. Tell me you was watching us. I want to watch you. I want to watch you. You a liar. So then she had like pictures that I guess he deleted them or something like that. And so she like, you making me look like a whole fool. I know you took pictures. I saw the pictures in the computer of us sleeping and stuff like that. You want to keep lying to me. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. He said he lying, child. She said last year anniversary went left. This year anniversary going left. I said, girl, this man is a whole liar. And then she walked away. She was in the room with her mama crying. And she was just like, I'm taking this dress off. I feel like I can't get through to my husband. I'm done. I don't know what else is going on. So we going to see. I was just like, this is a hot mess. This man lying to be lying. Like, and why you got cameras? Like, that's an invasion of privacy and stuff. I was just like, this is a mess. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Put it down there in them comments down below. If y'all like this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.